The sniper aimed his rifle at the president, but the light accidentally reflected off his 8x zoom scope. The president calmly continued his speech. In reality, he had already calculated the exact distance and wind speed. Just 1 second before the bullet could hit him, he slightly shifted his body. The bullet only grazed his arm and flew past, but his popularity instantly skyrocketed. No one could have imagined it. Just 6 months earlier, he was a failed writer who couldn't write a single word. He spent his days eating stale pizza, broke, and hopeless. On top of that, his girlfriend had left him. He was wandering the streets in misery when he suddenly ran into his ex-wife's brother. The man handed Eddie a pill. Eddie refused at first, but after he left, Eddie took out the transparent pill. The moment it touched his tongue, he felt dizzy, like every nerve in his brain had burst into flames. His eyes started glowing. At that exact moment, his landlady came angrily to ask for rent. Eddie's eyes accidentally fell on her thesis book. Just by glancing at one corner, he spotted a mistake. He had read that book 15 years ago, but now he remembered every single word. The landlady was impressed, and the two ended up spending a great time together. Even after returning home, Eddie's mind wouldn't stop. Ideas erupted like a fountain. He wrote an entire book in one night, but when he woke up the next morning, he was back to his old self. Luckily, the manuscript still existed. He rushed it to the publisher. The editor knew Eddie wasn't that talented, so she casually said she'd take a look, but as soon as Eddie reached home, she messaged him. She had read only a few lines and was stunned. This was genius-level writing. Eddie couldn't believe it. That's when he understood the pill's power. He immediately went looking for his ex-wife's brother, but the man's face was covered in injuries, and he refused to talk about the pills. He only told Eddie to pick up his suit from the dry cleaner. When Eddie returned with the suit, he found the door half open and the room silent. Within just 10 minutes, his ex-wife's brother had been murdered. Terrified, Eddie grabbed a cue stick and hid in the corner. Once he felt safe, he called the police. Then it struck him. The killer must be after the pills. Eddie quickly put on gloves and searched the room. Finally, he found a bag under the oven, full of pills. Eddie burst into laughter from relief. He took all the pills home and swallowed one. Instantly, the energy rushed back. In 3 days, he wrote another new book. In 2 days, he learned to play the piano. Even investments became child's play. In just 1 day, he turned $800 into $3,000. When his ex-girlfriend heard about his success, she immediately came to meet him. Eddie now radiated confidence, as if he could do anything, but the side effects began. He felt dizzy, everything started doubling, and he stumbled his way to the metro station. There, he bumped into a few thugs. They were about to beat him up, but suddenly Eddie remembered Bruce Lee's fighting moves. His body moved on its own, and he defeated them all. But when the pill's effect wore off, his entire body screamed in pain. He remained unconscious for 3 days. When he finally woke up, he searched for the pills, but only a few were left, and now a deadly killer was after him.